It's the Pod in the City weekly roundup. I'm John.
And I'm Amanda. JLO and Ben announced their divorce this week, a breaking story that could only be categorized as news we kind of assumed already had happened a year ago. I butchered that.
Spooky movie season is right around the corner, and it's bringing all the thrills and chills to our pumpkin spice fantasy.
And for anyone out there who wants to steal credit for other people's content, we're here to tell you that is neither very demure or mindful.
All that and so much more on this week's episode of the Pod in the City weekly roundup.
Ooh.
Hi, guys.
I looped it.
See, Amanda was worried about me. Amanda was saying that I was going to mess up.
I was actually very worried. I'm like, you better run through your thing really quickly, John, or you're going to mess it up.
I'm such a hater. You know what, guys? I've really realized, I've been doing some soul searching. I realize I'm a big old hater, and I'm working on it.
All right. Well, anyway, we're here. It's fall. It's so cold and so autumn-y outside.
Amanda rolled in this like hoodie. It's 100. It's still 104 here. So I'm dripping. I was dripping in sweat earlier.
It's a crop top hoodie, though. I'm not gonna actually stand.
Oh yeah, get it?
Any
Show
part
us.
of my body.
Oh.
Fuck no. All right. Hello, everyone. Can I tell you something really quick before we get into housekeeping? Because this is outrageous.
Sure.
I applied 2 months ago for this like dog walking position. Okay. And I think the owner of the company is like 20. So anyway, they don't get back to me. They finally get back to me and are like, okay, answer all these questions. And I'm like, great. So I answer these questions. There's too many questions for this, what this job requires. Also, I own a pet sitting business. Now it tells you all these different sequences. There's going to be a Zoom interview. There's going to be this, like all this shit. I'm like, I'm walking a dog. Like, do I have a car? Do I live in the area? And am I good with animals? The next thing that they've asked me to do, $15 an hour, is to, and I'm just trying to get on the books somewhere.
Now, I understand, like, if I had a dog, I would want them to do some deep,
you need to listen to what I'm about to tell you what they asked me to do. They want me to make a 1 minute and 30-second self-tape video. And they said, be creative. You can make it like a TikTok video if you want. They want like an audition for the real world to be a dog walker.
Because they want to have you run their social media and like be making cute TikToks all day?
I'm auditioning. I'm like, I don't need my dog walker to have a good personality and I don't know how to do that. I'm not doing this. I'm like, I'm just trying to work like 15 hours a week so that I can get on the books and get some taxes taken out. Outrageous.
Okay, I'm so sorry to hear that. Guys, if you want to allow I just was going to say Amanda, and then that says meanwhile Minnesota. So I was like, I was going to say anyway, if you want to help Amanda out so she doesn't need to walk dogs for $15 an hour, please join our Patreon. Okay. It's $6 a month.
Yeah.
That $6 a month split between two people plus the fees to Patreon. That's going to help Amanda not have to go walk dogs.
I'm not making a video.
Guys,
this week,
join.
What are we doing? What are we doing this week? We're doing the Golden Girls. Another great episode. It's called Blanche and the Younger Man.
But these are some of our recent episodes. We had Girls last week, and that was when I was really paranoid, and I still think probably people. Yeah, but they may be just keeping their opinions to themselves because they know I'm such a hater, and I'll be so mean. Well, check out Pillow Talk as well. That's a cute one. I'm excited to do our next one of those.
Me too.
Also, check out my TikTok. And
open that doll.
Out. Anyway.
All right.
Like I said, I was going to probably troll that till the end of time. So,
yeah. And we haven't recorded any of that yet. We're recording Golden Girls after this. And then tomorrow, you asked me what my recording schedule is like tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm recording Girl Dinner in the morning, and then I'm doing a live Browntown with Jody. Then I'm going on a date that I have canceled twice so far in the middle of the day. Then I'm coming home and then we're recording another episode. So I will be fresh off of that.
Tomorrow. You're going to be fresh off a date tomorrow?
And 2 recordings, including a live.
Oh my God. We should probably be recording that then tomorrow.
Okay, well, maybe we'll discuss that.
Anyway, guys, we love when you guys comment down below. We love that if you're not subscribed and you're currently watching, please subscribe. I'm sure I would expect you probably already are, but if you're not, please do. Also hit the like while you're there. Also, amazing work, friends, amazing work, because there are comment after comment on the rewatch video.
Rewatch crew, you're showing up.
Thanks, babies.
You want to get into hot topics?
Yeah, let's do this.
Oh my God.
Biggest, most, I was shook. These 2 lovebirds, the love story of the century is now ended again. Bennifer, they're done, baby. I
did not see that coming.
Now, what kind of manic episode were they in? As a person who does have sometimes minor manic-ish episodes, I'm empathizing here. What kind of mode was Ben Affleck in when he was like, you know what? Let's get back with her, baby.
Well, I put a couple of pictures of Ben on here, 2 of my faves, which just really catches a vibe here. And it's like, well, yeah.
I believe that he I don't know what he needs. Something came out. Someone was talking about how they believe Ben Affleck has a dark. It was like a former woman that he was with or something. He had a dark energy that they felt no one could like bring the light to him, or
like he's like broken. Well, this picture is like, this is the definition of like a dad at Disneyland. Day 3, just like, I need a moment. He finds any excuse he bums a cigarette off of like a 12-year-old, and this is his moment to just go. That, and the other one's really good too. The other one's in the morning. He's like, I just gotta do this. Gotta get through the day. He's like, he just had slapped himself in the face before rubbing it.
We all see from, JLO's movie. I'm not putting blame on either party. I'm just gonna say, JLO's documentary situation came out this year, where she was, we got to see a little behind the curtain. Her like, this is what I used to do. I used to wear my hair like this and run down the street. And it's like,
I'd get ham and cheese on a roll and orange drink. Is that what it was?
And people are like, okay. Now I understand. Now, whatever. I'm not, again, I'm a hater and I'm doing some self-searching, but people I'm kind of just tired of celebrity. Now, I am a person who watches, this whole thing is about celebrities, so that I'm saying I'm tired of celebrities, but what I'm going to say is I am a person who believes in, stupidly, will watch TikToks and believe the people who read astrology for everyone.
I think there's something to that.
Yeah. And I think that they were saying that there is a time that we are moving into
oh my God, I just watched, that was like the last video I watched before I went to sleep last night. And I had like such an adult, mature thought about it. It was uncynical. I was like, maybe something to that.
Okay, what if it's not the same thing though?
Is it like it's like every 20 years it like everything repeats?
Oh no.
Oh, well then never mind. What were you saying?
That we're like moving into a time. I was
about to get so deep there.
I guess we're moving into a time and an age. It's like the age of something. I don't want to sound like a complete idiot. Age of one of them, Aquarius, or age of something. Yeah. Where we're moving into moving away from fascination with celebrity, or not necessarily the fascination, but actually the worship of.
All right.
People are still fascinated by them, but there's less of you are our everything, blah, 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 which I can see happening with some people.
Yeah.
People want more authenticity, I think. And when you do reach such a point, when you are like JLO or Ben Affleck, you're you're just somewhere else. You're just kind of like,
do you think
there's
Ben
a disconnect.
Do you think Ben wants to kind of come back down to the surface here?
Yeah, I'm expecting him to get like a 23-year-old girlfriend and go like ride his motorcycle with her.
All
So,
right.
well, I agree on the Swifties, but I
wish them the best.
JLO, I'm not going to say anything about the Swiftie, about Taylor Swift right now.
No, we don't discuss that. But speaking of another person with a fan base that almost killed Jodi's career, the DNC National Convention happened, and Beyonce. Okay, we don't talk about political stuff here, but this whole thing, I watched it, and first of all, I will say this: regardless of what side, I think that the campaign that they have running, especially their social media, is so smart because they're making them seem so much fun, and they're like doing all the TikTok trends and shit.
Well, and you know what? I think that is a good thing. I think that there should be more emphasis on the positivity. Like, it feels like there is a lot of, like, from possibly some people, it's all about that this country is the worst place in the entire world. We are a shit show. Like, you walk on the streets and it's just murder and death. And it's like, okay, we live, like, this person I'm talking about who says shit like that lives in a golden tower, correct? The rest of us live on Earth. I'm not seeing that.
Also, there's a lot of emphasis on like out with the old, in with the new, kind of like we can start changing shit now and we can kind of have fun. So anyway, but all that aside, I did watch the whole thing just because it was interesting. A couple parts were pretty cringy where they brought the kids out and Kerry Washington, was that her name?
Kerry Washington. Oh my God. Yeah. When they brought out her
I was like,
nieces.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit much, but I still was like, oh.
I just saw the joke coming from a mile away, and then they didn't wrap it up quick enough. But anyway,
you know what? I'm glad that they did it because people have tried to kind of paint. They're going to do whatever they're going to do at this point. I was upset that Beyonce wasn't there because I was fully expecting it. And you know what happened was
and Taylor Swift and George Bush. That was like, I was watching as I'm scrolling through.
And I didn't believe the other two. I didn't definitely believed Beyonce.
Beyonce was like her song. But I mean, there were people that were confirming, articles confirming throughout the night saying, confirm Beyonce will be there at 11 o'clock or whatever. And then it just never happened, which I don't know, like, it actually wasn't as big of a bummer. It was just kind of like Beyonce never showed up. So I'm glad that it didn't like ruin everything.
I wasn't actually watching it, but I got on TikTok later and there were no videos coming up of Beyonce at it. And I was like, was Beyonce there or what? I even searched Beyonce, DNC, and nothing came up. I was like, well, I guess she didn't show up.
Yeah, but it forced me to, I sat through the entire Kamala speech, which I really wasn't interested in, but I freaking sat there through it. So I guess maybe that was just part of the marketing. They're like, well, if we tell them that Beyonce is going to show up.
I think I think it was like positive and uplifting. Thank you. I'm excited and ready for that shit. Enough of tearing people. I mean, as we're here tearing people down. I actually don't think we tear people down that much, right?
We just said that, like, we understand Ben's demeanor in that Disneyland picture, that where it's probably got to wear on you a bit to be married to JLO and date her. He got out and then he like went back for more 20 years later.
A little exciting news. Everyone's favorite pommel horse guy is going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
I feel like this guy is
the only person. Oh, go ahead.
I think he's teetering on the edge of like oversaturation now, where it's
no,
you don't think? No, you'll never. No,
I don't think he's even at that point at all. He's America's sweetheart. He's a cutie. He's so sweet and like genuine about it, and that's what I love about him. So this will make me watch.
I can tell. Like, I don't think he'd call a girl fat.
I don't either. I think he's gonna win.
Oh, Dancing with the Stars. Yeah, like he's winning. Can do anything with his body.
They showed him doing like his pommel horse stuff like on the floor, like
because they were like, "What's your favorite dance?" And he's like, "Break dancing." And I thought he was kidding, but then because he was like referencing the break dancing, but then he got down and it's like, "Oh yeah, I guess it makes sense that he could do that."
I can't wait. This was smart of Dancing with the Stars. Last year they got Ariana.
Do you think Sheena will be on this year? That would be like almost like pathetic.
I really don't. I heard they were going to try and put Tom Sandoval on it like a while ago.
A while ago, yeah. I don't know what happened. Oh God, he would have been so bad. Remember when The Situation was on? I like watched every episode with him on it.
I remember when Patti LaBelle was on it, and she was only on like 2 or 3 episodes, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, I mean,
love Patti. Now, Chappell Roan this week, who we love, and adore, came out with a statement. Now you read this.
Okay. Now this was a series of tweets that I screenshotted, but I only put 2 up here. But all of the tweets are very good. Go look at the whole story. But these are 2 that get the point across. For the past 10 years, I've been going nonstop to build my project, and it's come to the point that I need to draw lines and set boundaries. I want to be an artist for a very long time. The grammar's bad there. I've been in too many non-consensual physical and social interactions, and I just need to lay it out and remind you, women don't owe you shit. I chose this career path because I love music and art and honoring my inner child. I do not accept harassment of any kind because I chose this path, nor do I deserve it. If you're still asking, well, if you didn't want, this is my favorite part of this. If you're still asking, well, if you didn't want this to happen, then why did you choose a career where you knew you wouldn't be comfortable with the outcome of success? Understand this. I embrace the success of the project, the love I feel, and the gratitude I have. What I do not accept are creepy people being touched and being followed. What I'm good at. Oh, here's another one. Okay. Do you want me to keep reading? Yeah, that's good, right?
Sure. I think it gives context.
Yeah. When I'm on stage, when I'm performing, when I'm in drag, when I'm at a work event, when I'm doing press, I am at work. Any other circumstance, I am not in work mode. I am clocked out. I think she's an introvert. This is like the writings of every introvert out there, I think too. Any other circumstance, I'm not in work mode. I am clocked out. I don't agree with the notion that I owe a mutual exchange of energy, time, or attention to people I don't know, do not trust, or who creep me out just because they're expressing admiration. Women do not owe you a reason why they don't want to be touched or talked to. This has nothing to do with the gratitude and love I feel for my community, for the people who respect my boundaries, and for the love I feel from every person who lifts me up and have stuck with me to help the project get to where it is now.
I think that this was in response to obviously the way that people were treating her and acting. And it is very, very true that people nowadays, especially with the internet, social media, they kind of get that, like, they feel like they're your friend. They're their friend. And unless that person has made it like, you know, I'm not trying to relate this in any way to like someone like you or I, like, but like, unless someone makes it clear, like if they're responding back, if they're like, you know, engaging you, you should kind of like leave it alone.
Yeah. Right? Also kind of strange that there's no men singers or people out there that get this kind of shit for like, but no, you owe it to us.
I think that, I don't know. I think it's, I just think it's wrong. I think people.
I also don't think that if you want to be a singer, that I don't think that you are signing up to have to talk to people. You don't have to do shit. When I saw Andrea Martin and Pippin, I actually stage doored. I waited for like an hour and she didn't show up because she doesn't want to talk to people. I would also never walk up to the Doughboys in public and like just assume that to them I'm a stranger, even though I know mostly everything about both of their lives. It just, people need to learn boundaries, and I don't know.
I think there's a way.
Anything.
I think that something that was being annoying was, I guess people were like calling her by her real name, which is a thing that people have been doing, like with drag queens and other artists, and thinking that, you know, like we're bros, like because you listen to a song that I wrote about my struggles, you empathize with me, but there also needs to be a clear line where it's like, that's them and I'm me, and I don't know them.
It's a lack of respect for just like, if somebody wants to be called something, it's like somebody being named Jonathan and saying, no, actually I go by JJ, and then you calling them Jonathan. It's like you're being a dick for no reason. So just call her what she wants to be called, and you know, she obviously appreciates the fame. Like, I never thought she didn't appreciate it, but it's like it's such a huge level of fame in such a short amount of, not a short amount of time because she's been doing it forever, but it happened really fast once it started rolling.
A lot of people also want to like boil an entire big thing down to like one little thing, saying like, oh, you asked for fame, you wanted it, but it's not just about fame. It's that either you should be able to go to a concert, watch an artist perform on stage, and then you shouldn't be allowed to go harass them in the streets. Come the fuck on.
You can't go.
You shouldn't be able to. Exactly. What do you want them to hate you too?
Yeah, like, you're gonna just embarrass yourself. Would you want to? Would you even want to meet like Stephen Sondheim?
No,
it would do nothing for him. It would be like, and you'd embarrass
I have celebrities
yourself
that I love, and I'm like, I know, I just wouldn't even want to meet them because I know they wouldn't live up to what I would hope they would be. You know.
Yeah. So anyway, leave her alone. And she's so talented, and I really
She also has a young fan base too, so I think. Yeah. You know, that's part of another issue.
My favorite. I love Casual. That's like my favorite song. I love all of her songs, but I really love Casual.
I like Naked in Manhattan.
That's a great one. They're all good. You know what I listened to the other day?
Ultra Modern Girl.
I listened to the best of Taylor Swift on Spotify. And like, I mean, her songs are very easy listening. Like, I see why people like her. I just don't understand why she's more lauded than everyone else. Because all songs are just equally as catchy. I don't know.
Sorry, Swifties don't come for me, but on TikTok, I keep seeing TikToks of her and the dancing is anyway.
I'm
like,
let's back out of that like Homer going into the bush.
So I don't know what you wanted to say about this. Meryl Streep and Martin Short are dating.
Shoes over in Amanda Land.
Oh, I thought this came out like weeks ago.
No, this is like recent. This exact thing.
Okay.
I didn't even know there were rumors.
No, I thought they came public that they were dating like weeks ago.
No, did they? I don't think so.
Did I dream that?
Maybe.
Because, well, they were caught out canoodling and holding hands.
I just think that this is so lovely. I think, wouldn't this be such a cute couple? They're both equally like so talented, and I think they would super respect each other. I think they'd laugh together. And remember, and also Martin Short, one of the best what's her name? Kathy. Hoda. What's her name?
Hoda Kotb.
Yeah, but
sorry,
Kathy.
When I start reading the comments, I'm like,
you left me out there. What the moment on Hoda? Is her name Kathy? What's her name?
Kathy Lee, but
Kathy Lee, Jesus Christ.
She doesn't do it.
What? No, I know, but there's a moment when Martin Short's wife had died, and she asked him you have the most beautiful marriage. Like, tell her I say hi, and he's like, yeah, she's dead. Anyway,
wow,
I think this is super.
Amanda
cute.
Loves like the macabre. She really loves the macabre.
I watched a documentary about the Parkland shooting yesterday.
Jesus.
And it was really good. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow.
Okay. I watched that like years ago. 15 years ago. I watched that Dear Zachary thing.
Oh, yeah.
And about sealed my deal of never watching any of that shit again. Because like, no thanks.
That's a great documentary though.
If you really want to be rotted to the core for like days afterwards and then be really upset. Speaking of, wait for my movie corner, y'all. Anyway, let's get into a little bit of Drag Race because, this is a very little bit. Canada's Drag Race wrapped up this week. It was the finale. I'm not going to say who the winner is, but you probably could have predicted it just from like, the beginning of the season. You could almost look at this photo and based on. Okay.
It says lemon.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry guys. Spoiler alert. Lemon won. I mean, if you're on TikTok, if you're anywhere, you would see that.
It's the only one I know on here.
It's fine. Unfortunately, remember when they had like the Drag Race Hall of Fame for All Stars? Like we had
Chad Michaels.
Alaska. Okay, season 3 already kind of tarnished it. You know what? That whole thing is worthless.
What was season 3?
Trixie. Which, you know what? Trixie has a lot of fame, a lot of success,
I like her a lot more now than
I don't think she probably should have won All Stars 3, but it's a different show than Drag Race. The voting out people, et cetera, et cetera. So Canada versus the world. was fine.
Wait, can I say something really quick about Drag Race? Me and Jody just did a girl dinner this morning about we were making our dream surreal life cast, and oh boy, did we come up with a good one. But and
did you ever watch the old Surreal Lives? Because they were like the Tawny
I probably watched a couple with you. Yeah, Flava Flav and Brigitte. But I was like, we should put someone from Drag Race on there. Actually, I don't think we even ended up taking anyone from Drag Race, but the ones that I suggested was Fifi O'Hara, Alexis Michelle, just because she wrote us, me and Nick, that letter, and then Tyra Sanchez. And then it was just tumbleweeds over on Jody's end.
Okay, say those three again, because I have feelings. Sorry to bash you down here. Fifi, I think self-produces too much to be on that, to actually be fun.
I would disagree, though, because she went into All Stars 2 trying to do a redemption, but she's the kind of person that you can't even fake it for long enough.
But on Surreal Life, is there really a competition? Like, does she care about the competition, or would it just her being trying to be like sweet the whole time?
I just don't think she can pull it off. I don't think she can stay in that character that
Second
long.
One, your bestie.
Yeah,
Alexis Michelle. Your number one fan, actually.
Me and Nick, the longest, most scathing email.
Would probably be good but she's now kind of verged more on she's kind of had a slight redemption as far as Drag Race goes. So
yeah, I guess that's right. I mean, I just put that.
How about some really messy shit?
Okay, but what about Tyra Sanchez? She had a countdown on her Instagram to blow when she's gonna blow up. DragCon.
Oh, Katya. I love Katya. Guys, okay, if you like Drag Race, if you like Katya at all and whatever, these are two separate photos. You moved me on too quickly. If you like Katya, I listened to her podcast, her Trixie podcast, but like Trixie's like on a break. So Katya has been having guests.
Okay.
She had T.S. Madison.
I've been seeing those on TikTok. She's so funny.
Oh, I was pissing my pants laughing at this shit. It's so funny. One thing I will say, it now makes me not feel bad about having ads on our podcast, because it has a 5-minute ad at the beginning. 5 minutes.
So does Willem and Alaska's. That's why I don't subscribe.
They do 10 minutes. Then they have another break for 5 minutes, then 10 more minutes, another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. They do 10 minutes of talking and 5-minute breaks. Are you kidding?
I can't do that because I listen to podcasts when I'm asleep, and every time a commercial turns on, I wake up.
Well, the breaks are like narrated by them, but like it's Katya doing them, and it sounds like this. It's like, if you're interested in buying a bed. It's like, you can tell she's over it and doesn't want to do it. Okay, Global All Stars is chugging along. Yes, not the boar worms is the whole thing. Like, that has been ingrained in my head because T.S. Madison does it. And it's from, if you listen to that podcast, I guess it's from the Flash Gordon movie, I think.
All right.
Or Dune. I couldn't quite, put the two together. It's like an hour long, and they have like 30 minutes of or 40 minutes of talking and 20 minutes of break. It's like
when Mary Brown and Jen are best friends, they laugh. They went on a 3-part podcast on the Sarah Fraser show a couple weeks ago, and it was 3 parts. And then at the end of part 1, Sarah Fraser goes, "All right, guys, we have 2 more parts." I mean, we talked forever. We almost talked about an hour. It was a 3-part, 1 hour each. That's how many ads were in that stupid thing. Ridiculous. Outrageous. All right, 1. Is Global All Stars good?
Global All Stars is fine. There is some riggery. I'd say some tomfoolery.
Okay.
It was Rigor Morris girl.
Who's Morris?
There was some bullshit happening this week, but it's fine. It was a ball, which, they can judge us however they want. And then they they had to make their 3rd outfit. And, I'll say the right person won this week.
Sounds like you're loving it.
I was so into it last week. The first 2 episodes I was really into. But, the more I watch it, it is very crunchy. And then I've been reading more about it, how it was actually done it's not edited by World of Wonder. It's like edited by a separate people, because it was shot in Colombia or something. because of visas and whatever. And you can really tell that the editing is kind of weird, in my opinion, if you've watched a lot of Drag Race. So it's fine. I'm gonna keep chugging it along, and as real, if real things happen,
throwing up that Little Shop picture as like a
teaser,
little teaser.
Get ready, guys. Get ready, y'all. If things exciting happen on here, if anything, I'm gonna still touch in on Drag Race each week. If something actually exciting happens, or if I'm like, ooh, let's talk about it.
Hey, I'm gonna check in on Grey's every week for once it starts in September for the 21 episodes going to air. So buckle in.
For 6 months. That's about how I mean,
and then we'll take a month off and we'll do season 22. And I'll be back for that too.
Anyway, we talked about the Little Shop of Horrors at the Algonquin Playhouse with Latrice, Royale, and we were speculating, what are we going to do? We saw the rehearsal, and they've put out some photos because I think they had opening night or previews or something. Here's Audrey too as the plant. I like the set design a lot. This is the bigger. Cool. This is bigger. I love what they've done. I think the set is really cool. It's colorful, and I like that it looks really close. Like it looks small, and like I love that. And then this is Latrice, like exposed from the plant, baby.
So when does this happen? I wonder.
I'm assuming like
oh my god, I
the
love
first
this
song
idea.
that she sings as like the full-grown version. Is that the first song she sings as the full-grown version?
First one. Yeah.
And then I'm
oh my gosh.
They did a version of this like this, or they did a version of Little Shop with a drag queen in London, I think, where she was on stage. And so
I think I've seen clips of that. I know, I love this idea.
I love
it's way easier to produce. I remember when I did Little Shop, it was just at ASU. And the plant that we had to use was like the plant in the Phoenix theater community. And it just made its way from theater to theater to theater. And by the time we got it, we were probably the 15th theater that this stupid thing, and it was busted. Like this was the most jank ass thing ever. And then finally I think it shut down. Like it just exploded on itself maybe like a couple shows after that, and they finally made like a new plant for the entire city of Phoenix. But it was so janky. I feel like it's so hard to produce that show. You really need budget for at least the technical aspect of it. So to have them just in drag doing it as a real live plant, I think that really works.
Yeah, I really like this. I think that I think older musicals need to do some freshness. Like I think it benefits you, as we saw with the Cats revival.
Oh yeah.
As we've seen with. See, I was supposed to go see Company. Oh, Amanda and I were supposed to go see the revival of Company.
I was about to walk out the door.
Didn't get to see it the night that Broadway shut down.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Because I had a bottle of wine in my hand, ready to meet you at your hotel room, and then I just sat home and drank the whole thing.
That was
probably
supposed
less
to
than an
be
hour.
like I got drunk too, of course. We went and got.
I mean,
we went to the store and just got
to
booze and cheese and shit.
You're like, me and my mom had been on the subway all day, like holding the handles.
Okay. We flew on the airplane before they were telling to wear masks. Right. They weren't saying to wear masks at that point.
Yeah, you had to travel like the next
Didn't get COVID though.
That is crazy.
I got it like last year.
Okay.
For the first time. Anyway, wow, we're really bringing out subjects that if you are a person who doesn't like those things, you're going to really hate us today. So Burning Man is happening, I guess. And Amanda wanted to say this because, again, her leaning towards the macabre. I guess someone died. Jesus. I think let's retire Burning Man. I think it started out cute, but just like everything, the bigger and bigger it gets and the more money people pour into things, the worse it all gets, honestly.
How do you think that? Okay, I'm so fascinated by this picture, because this is always what it looks like. Did they have someone out there laying out like perfect dimensions? Because
I saw a video. I actually saw a video where they were building shit for this year's and like laying stuff out. So
okay, so they have like this is how to set your tent.
Yeah, I think this is
cool.
Yeah.
Do you know like what the logistics of Burning Man is? Because I really didn't know what it was until one of the new producers, Amelia, on Doughboy's podcast, has done, I think, 2 or 3 burns, and she went on and like there's been 2 episodes about Burning Man now that they've done, and she's been at them, and she just gives her account. And according to her, she did it in a tent with just a Home Depot bucket, and that's what she used to shit in. She said it's so hot, it's like unbearably hot, like you cannot sleep, but you just kind of get used to it. Your skin almost hurts because it's not even sand, it's a dust, and it gets into your skin, so like your body physically like is like choking itself, and it just sounds like the worst possible. But she's like, but it's cool because there's really pretty lights and stuff. And I'm like, freaking like go to the planet, take an edible, go to the air-conditioned planetarium, guarantee you're getting the same experience.
Well, the idea originally is that, you know, it's all a barter system and you're not paying for stuff. But now, like, I mean, it's like billionaires, everyone's celebrities there. So like, who gives...
It seems cool for artists. A lot of naked stuff there too. Like a lot of people walking around naked, a lot of naked
used to
stuff.
Be better,
I like that stuff.
feel though. Even that. It's all commercialized.
And then last year they got like flooded. Yeah, flooded. It rains, which was hilarious. I mean, it was hilarious in a Schadenfreude kind of way. But anyway, this year, day one, 39-year-old female passed away. And they're not going to determine a cause of death until the toxicology reports come back. So I assume it probably had to do with the sun somewhere in there. And all the drugs.
I'm going to say lots of drugs.
Drugs and the sun. I think the sun plays a big and dehydration, Joan.
Okay. Yeah, I would think if you weren't on the drugs, it wouldn't.
Then you'd maybe be considering.
I don't think the sun would just be killing you. But you never know. Close. Again, I'm a hater.
Yeah.
Speaking of burning men,
great segue.
That one up. Jax, as we know, has been away. Jax Taylor of Vanderpump Rules and now the Bally fame has been away getting some treatment. And unfortunately, we're struggling to believe parts of
mental health treatment, which, okay, you can't really fix sociopathy, but like, you can fix alcoholism.
In the past, he has been very like, he like goes to therapy once and is like, I'm done, I'm fixed everything.
Then
and
he went to that Reiki girl.
He had shit going on. So, you know, it's like one of those other situations. So he has his bar.
Brittany's finally like openly talking about what a big piece of shit he is, which I like. I love this for her.
She did a pop-up at his little bar and they called it Brits for the night. And I'm sure they filmed it for the Valley.
Obviously, Kristen Doute's there in the background. They all wore Brits t-shirts and merchandise. I don't think the bar was going to do well. I think that bar was going to flop regardless. I don't think it's going to be better or worse for being renamed Brits.
It was already not really a bar. It was like a room of another bar. So it was like a pre-existing bar. And they did a Jax. They made it Jax's Studio City, which like it is its own like room of this other establishment. But like, let's say Jax's Studio City like flops, this other place is still like just like a successful restaurant and bar, like sports bar.
Okay, well, anyway.
I've been rewatching Vanderpump. I'm in season 10.
Ooh.
I realized, you know, James Kennedy would call you fat.
Well, he would, and he
50 million
did.
Times up and down.
Yep.
So he's a piece of shit. And it's all about them persecuting Katie more, of course. And it's the episodes where Raquel is talking to Tom Schwartz, but she's already fucked Tom Sandoval.
Oh, I know.
So now watching it back, it's like, and I'm wondering, like, is he faking too? Like, is he acting
that's
too?
So cringy, John, to watch people when you know they're yes, they're both lying. Like, doesn't she come out and say that where they fucked in They fucked.
Yeah, but did Tom Schwartz know about it at that point?
Schwartz.
That he's lying when he's flirting with her. Like, he's like, oh, I'm just taking it for the team. I kind of think so too, because guess what, guys? He's the number one villain of the entire series.
I think they're all just equal.
He was on that show Baggage. The Jerry Springer show Baggage. Have you seen the clips of that? Jax was on an episode too.
Oh, wait. Yes, I did know that. Oh my God.
All right, it's time.
Kennedy, though.
Oh yeah, so good.
Joan, I told you not to forget.
Okay. I was hoping to. We've been following the career of Allie Luber, James Kennedy's girlfriend.
Can you play the first clip that we all know so well?
You're supposed to play videos, Amanda.
Okay, sorry, I'll do it. I got it right here, baby. So everyone knows this one, obviously. Let's just give each other a little
I believe in you. I believe in you. You just need to follow all your dreams until you reach them. Till you reach them. I believe in you. No matter who.
So we got a new song on the horizon.
She did have that one song between. She did have that, like, I'm a girl, and I think that's what it was about.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this new one came out. This is about, I think, her and James's relationship. This gives me the essence of
SNL.
Like we made it. That Shania Twain song that everyone loves, but it's like it's talking about, like, we're gonna prove them wrong, baby. Let's get married, and then they get divorced. That's what is.
I think she's no.
You don't think so? That's what the song is. They're like, you are you, and me, I'm me, and we together it just works. That's what the song
I
is
was
about.
getting the vibe that, like, she really wants to be a Taylor Swift, and, like, even what I said about I don't think Taylor Swift's music is janky. I did not say that. I just said the dancing. Anyway, like I said, she's like a broke down Taylor Swift. Like, the lyrics of this shit is just like the most basic. Like, and if I'm saying something more basic than that, like, this is basic.
Well, let's play a little bit of it here. I actually really love the song.
I
think her voice is so pretty. So let's see what we got going here. The dog is featured in it. Graham, who I actually do.
His name's Pepe.
Yeah, I don't really like that dog. I believe that dog's a dick. Ariana said it on her Call Her Daddy podcast. She's like, that dog sucked. Like, that dog.
It's about training.
Dog. Wow,
I agree. Because Raquel didn't train it. Wow.
Well, I think James
and Raquel didn't train it. James and Raquel didn't train it.
Okay. Well, anyway, here's a little bit of piece of the song.
I will say that
right when you...
I will say the hook is actually the best part, and Amanda decided to only play the actual worst part.
Because I couldn't take any more of that.
The hook was like, she's like, oh shit, I think I wrote a love song or some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of cute, but the lyrics leading up to it are so bad. It's like, he is he and I am me, and we are anywhere we are, we're gonna be. And we're together.
Like a Barney song.
It's like, who's like downloading that with the purpose of not trolling it? Like,
yeah, well, she's like, I'm working on me, he's working on him. And during he's working on him, it's James with his cell phone, like,
he's doing beats, love. He's working on beats.
I'm working. I'm a producer.
He's an international DJ.
Well, anyway, we're going to keep that on our videos here so we can play it anytime we want.
Oh, great. Well, hopefully we don't get in trouble. Like, hey, Allie, don't come for us.
I think she'll be thrilled that anyone even reshared that video. Do you want to get into your
time, baby.
Love it.
It's movie corner, baby. And guess what? I saw 3 movies in the span of a week. Oh, yeah. Now, I had mixed feelings across the board here. I'm going to give you my first one that I saw. I was saying last week that I wanted to see Alien Romulus.
I can't believe that you saw this.
I've seen all of them. Thank you. Seen all of them. And I think there's by now about 10. I don't know. I saw the prequels. I saw Prometheus. I saw all that ish. I got a little bit of a fatigue, I'll say it. And I was thinking this was not going to be good. Because I was like, oh God, some of them are just awful. I went to this. I really liked it, y'all.
Wow. I don't think you've ever actually liked a movie on here.
I knew you would be surprised. I'm not going to say it was like groundbreaking. It was like, it gave me old school movie vibes, which I liked about it. It took me back to like old Alien, but with like a slight twist. I had some problems, of course. They did some AI, like not AI, but it was like bringing the person back to life who's dead, who was from the original. Like the original, I don't know what that thing is called, what they call the people who are like the robots. Mind you, I've seen all these. Someone help me out. If you've seen Alien, the robots in Alien, it's like they came back and they've like done the whole thing, like, you know, the dead people, when they have a dead person and then they like do the mouth and shit.
CGI?
Like it's not CGI. It's like, I don't know what they do.
Cyborgs?
I guess it's CGI. Oh, okay. Yeah. We haven't seen it.
Keep it popping.
It's like when Carrie Fisher died and they brought her back and they did her face on another thing. You know what I mean? Or they like bring people back. That's what they did with one of the previous people. So it was fine. That was a bug. Now, guys, the last 15 minutes of this movie shook me. I was really liking everything. I really liked the last 15 minutes fine, but it got to a really weird space at the end. And if you've seen, I don't want to give it away, so if you've seen it, you'll know what I mean. Someone said it, someone kind of comment here. Yeah, Mandisha, you commented kind of what was happening. Something weird happens where it's very out of left field, kind of, and then you're like, what? And it's creepy. All right. Yay.
All right, great.
End of that. The next movie I saw was Blink Twice. Guys, I had wanted to see this movie a lot. I read some reviews. Now, if you've been kind of listening, I've been trying to avoid reading like spoilers about movies because they ruin everything. I want to be surprised a little bit at these movies, right? So I watched the trailer. The trailer actually sets up this idea that like they're this rich billionaire invites all these people to
You made me watch this and I was like, is this not just, it looks like a cross between The Menu and White Lotus.
And like Knives Out, right?
Sure, yes.
It's like giving that like new school Agatha Christie thing.
Definitely like, The Menu. Like,
all these really people, this rich billionaire played by Channing Tatum invites all these people to an island and like they lavish all this time and they're just like la, 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 la,
and the girl that played Alia Shawkat is in it, who played Maisie.
Yes, so I love her.
I love her too.
She was great in this. The lead of this, her name is Naomi Aki. She was amazing.
You can tell she's really good and beautiful in the trailer as well.
She's so good in this movie. Okay. Channing Tatum's in it. Fine. Okay. They lead up all this time. They've come here.
It's 4:20.
Here it's only 3:20, unfortunately. I gotta tell you, I would not recommend this movie.
Yeah, you said you cried like a little bitch.
It wasn't like a bitch, Amanda.
You cried.
I beat you up from across borders. I'm gonna fly. Speaking, no, okay. What do I want to say here?
Why did you cry? Like as like you were sad, or you were like emotional? I cried twice in our Golden Girls episode.
The reveal of what is happening on this island is so awful.
Is it like Jeffrey Epstein?
It's basically in a incredibly graphic and horrible and abrupt, very abrupt way. Like a flash to what is happening. Like, and in a way that
I would like this probably.
I don't know. Honestly, I think if you have any feeling of not wanting to watch women being, it is the most awful way I've seen in a movie. And I don't want to see people getting like.
Is it like Terrifier bad? Like gory and graphic?
I don't watch that. No, it's not gory. It is the idea. And then you sit there and then think the rest of the movie that was happening the whole time. And then you feel sick to your stomach. No, it's awful. Honestly, I had a visceral reaction to where I was sick to my stomach.
Can you tell me afterward what it is?
I guess. Pouring tears. I was going to leave the movie because I didn't think I could watch any more of it. And I was like, I'm not kidding here. And I was like,
that's not the vibe that the trailer gives at all.
That's why I wanted you to watch the trailer. Because the trailer gives this light, like, ooh, ha ha ha. And the movie itself tried to be funny. And I had a few problems here because I didn't like the way, so they did it so fast, so abruptly. And then the wrap up, it mistreated some people.
No, you wanted me to also have write down blink twice trigger warning, which it seems like that's what you're kind of headed towards.
Okay,
was there not a trigger warning?
Come to find out, and now I believe this is a reaction to the "It Ends With Us" situation. They put out a trigger warning the week leading up to release. Here it is.
Where, like on Twitter and stuff?
See, I didn't see this anywhere.
Oh.
Now it's coming out that people are saying that some people saw this before, like they were showing this before the movie at the movie theater. But how does that give you? It also, to me, does not give it as big as it really was.
Okay, I'm reading this, and this makes it says, we are proud to finally share Blink Twice with audiences in theaters. Blink Twice is a psychological thriller about the abuse of power. While this is a fictionalized movie, it contains mature themes and depictions of violence, including sexual violence, which may be upsetting. I read that, and I assume it's the abuse of power part, especially makes me think that it's going to be like Handmaid's Tale, which is a show that I could not stomach watching.
I've never even watched that because I feel like it's gross.
Rough. It's really, really hard to watch.
I appreciate that they put this out, but I also think that I don't think they would have put it out if there wasn't the backlash of It Ends With Us. Sorry, not sorry, because they did not once make this the theme. If you read any of the reviews, people are like, "Oh, this movie is great." I thought generally the movie was pretty good.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, would you have gone to the movie if you'd known that this was the case? It was just the surprise that you didn't.
To be honest, I think the way they have this written is not as it downplays it slightly.
Right, but like, what are you supposed to do? What exactly should they have said?
I think they should have maybe adjusted what it was about, and that's
or the trailer maybe the trailer.
Yes, I think they just played way too light in some. They had too much of too much comedy and too much leaning into funny things, with that being the subject matter for me, and it might just be me, but I personally don't like to think about the idea of women being that.
All right.
I don't want to be. I don't want to see things about that. I don't want to see that. And I think it's an important story to tell, but this story did not teach anything on it. It did not enlighten anything on it. And in fact, the main perpetrator at the end didn't even die. So there you go.
All right.
Enjoy.
Well, I'll let you tell me what it's about later. It might honestly be
kind of figured out what it pretty much is about.
I really like that Parkland shooting documentary I just watched.
Oh, dear God.
Cell phone videos from inside the school.
That's the kind of shit I really don't want to. I can't see. I think it's disgusting.
I feel like with stuff like that and 9/11, I have to immerse myself in it. I have to. I have to know.
I think it's a travesty to our nation and our world, honestly.
Well, I obviously also agree with that. Yes.
I agree.
I don't watch it because I'm like getting off.
But like
right.
so then for me, I don't know how I can get into that if like I'm just deepening myself into this pit of just awfulness.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna come back next week and be like, I saw Blink twice, loved it.
Well, you're gonna be like, and nothing. You were being over dramatic.
I was looking at my phone.
Now, guys, maybe I was, but this type of subject matter, I don't. First of all, I did not see this trigger warning until I left the theater and looked online and typed in Blink twice triggering.
Oh, they should have it like on at the theater.
Well, they didn't.
Well, you
and even if they put it anywhere, online or anywhere. Yes. I have one more movie.
My edible just kicked in. It's 4:20. Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say.
I know
that's the other movie. Okay.
Now,
tell us.
I saw this movie came out. It got good reviews. Strange Darling. Okay. This came out this weekend. And like right before I was going to go to this, I see someone on TikTok saying, oh, no spoilers or anything, but this is so don't read about this or anything. Just go to it. If you're interested in this type of movie, it's about a serial killer, which how I can be fine with serial killing. They're just, I don't know. It's a thing that this didn't bug me as much as Blink twice did.
Okay.
So there's an S&M part of this that they're like, there are some triggering parts to this that you should look up, like sexual things. And I was like, great. I just saw fucking Blink twice. Should I even go to this? And then I was like, well, I'll try it. I went and there's an S&M bit and it's all about S&M. Okay. And a serial killing and stuff. It is very surprising. I would go see this. Like if you can handle that kind of stuff and are interested in this, I would go see this 100 times before I would go see.
Oh, it's from the producer of Barbarian, which is a movie that I also can't watch.
Late Night with the Devil. It's like, it was good. It was good. Okay, I'll tell you the minor premise that is kind of interesting here with no spoilers. It's the beginning of it. It's like between 2018 and 2020, there was a string of murders through blah, 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 blah. Through these states, it went to this place. They started here. They went to this. They did that. Yada, yada. This whole thing. They're like, this movie recounts the last known murders before blah, blah, blah. And then it's like Strange Darling, a story in 6 chapters, which I'm like, okay, interesting. I like interesting things. And it starts though in, let me find my note here. Shit. It starts on chapter 3 and then it goes to chapter 5.
Oh, I love shit like that.
And it goes from there. So that kind of informs like how the movie is. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like
I was going to say it immediately sounded very Quentin Tarantino-y. And then, which is also Reservoir.
It had Barbara Hershey.
Black Swan.
Yeah. She played like a crazy old lady.
Yeah.
I would go see this if you're fine with. Now, there was a part where I almost felt like I was going to step out of this movie too. And I will spoil that. They're doing an S&M thing and they're playing it up and she wants to be into the S&M. She's like really into it. She's like, yeah, choke me harder. And then it gets to a place where he's like, fuck you. And he smacks her and he's like doing all this stuff and she's crying. She's like bawling her eyes out. She's like, oh my God. And she's like chained up and everything. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to walk out of this shit too. This is making me fucking sick. And then she's like, oh yeah, I loved that so much.
Oh, all right.
So like, I was like, oh, okay.
Consensual.
She's consensually wanting it. So then it's fine. All right.
Oh, great. That's like those, well, never mind. I was going to get into this whole like porn thing. They're like porns like that where like at the end, it like has the person being like, it was great. They have like a black eye. They're like, I had a great time in there.
Here's a separate poster. Here, kitty, kitty. And it's this guy and her. It's like kind of about, and it's called their byline, the cleverest thriller of its kind. All
right. I probably won't see that.
Someone was saying this was a horror movie. It's not a horror movie. I don't know what. Oh, I don't know what's jump scare. I don't know what was implying horror movies, but yeah, it is spooky season. Let's get into it, baby.
Okay, this is my wormhole of the week. Actually, let me play that little graphic. Okay, well, the biggest things really happening in the news, other than Sister Wives is slowly coming back. Dropped a new little teaser trailer this morning, which we're all.
And do they have an official release date?
September 15th, baby.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yep. Oh, by the way, guys, for anyone who's a regular watcher or a new watcher, me and Jones live, the weekly roundup, will be switching to Wednesdays on September 9th.
No, so September 11th, babe.
Oh, September 11th. How could I forget? Yeah. So anyway, just know that.
Starting September 11th, we're going to be doing this live on Wednesdays. Yeah. We haven't completely solidified a time. I'm kind of thinking just round it out and do like 3.
I think
instead
we should
of 3:30. Like Who's online at noon watching a live?
Tell me, a lot of people, because people are on their lunch breaks.
Put in the comments, babes, please, if you're watching.
Yes, actually do. That would be a great thing for all of you.
I would never watch a live at noon, but
people watch Browntown on their lunch breaks all the time.
I believe you. That's why I'm looking to ask the audience as well.
Audience. All right, Latrice, you might need to get the fuck out of here for this.
If Amanda had her way, we'd do the live at 9 a.m. Get it over with.
It's still too late. It's lunchtime for me. All right, Teen Mom this week was incredible. Girl Dinner, we call it Girl Dinner episode 7 or episode 6. Gary 2.0 drops tomorrow morning or tonight at midnight. Now I made Joan watch.
I watched the proposal.
I watched Joan watch it. What'd you think?
Even
you said
Amber
that Gary
seemed
caught
off guard. I did not. I said they seemed drugged.
Drugged. Well, a little spoiler here. Me and Jody's impression of him is like, you make me really happy and.
Okay, but they both take pills, right?
Pillses.
They both take pillses, right? Oh, you're on mute. I think Latrice just muted you.
She did. Amber's so.
What?
Yeah. And she's a damn good mom, okay? Anyway.
She's a damn good mother. So much that her daughter... Anyway.
Okay, so this is...
Okay, something's happening on your end, sweetie. You might want to kick the cat off the table. It's like muting. It's like...
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
I don't even need to take notes for this because this shit lived in my head. So Kate and Macy are like, we need to get down to Amber because this news is about to pop off that Leah wants Christina to adopt her. So they fly down to Indiana for Amber's birthday. Amber announces that she has not spoken to Leah for 8 or 9 months since she ruined Leah's birthday. I don't know.
She's a great mother.
I'm a damn good mom. So that's the last time she saw Leah. And as from what you remember of that episode, she is showing Leah at her birthday, like, oh, look, I have a new boyfriend. Do you want to see pictures? So at the most, they've been together 9 months. Okay. Gary, this new guy. Now we talk about this on Girl Dinner, but Gary, we don't really trust any of the men that come into these things because, or any of the friend ofs, because they all come in and all the men especially do the exact same thing where they come in going, I don't want to be on camera. No, don't make me sing. Don't make me very that. And then 2 or 3 seasons.
You know what I love is when they're like, so didn't you see Amber on the show before? And they're like, I've never watched the show.
Never even heard of it. No. And it's like, and Justine always says that too. She's like, that is bullshit. Because if you were dating someone, they're like, oh, I've been on this reality show for 10 seasons. You're a psycho if you don't go and watch all that. That's all you need.
You're
That's
a lying piece of shit.
It's like doing a full Google
You have no idea. Are you kidding? I do a freaking background check on like someone that isn't a celebrity. Like, are we for real?
I know. So anyway, so that's this guy. But so we assumed also all we knew of this guy is that he went missing, right? Before he was even introduced on the show, he went missing. And he seemed nice in the one time
he ran away.
He ran away from Amber and her machete, allegedly. Anyway, he's also engaged to someone else now. Did you know that? He's engaged to someone else after only 2 months. Okay. So we assumed he was going to just be a very...
What is the problem with the world? What is the problem?
I don't know. So we thought he'd be really nice and shit, but he's immediately awkward, like so fucking weird, which I won't even judge someone for, because first of all, you got cameras. So many people can be really weird when you first meet them, including myself. So fine. But then they're sitting there, and first of all, they're all touchy-feely with each other, which I can't fucking stand. And Kate and Macy's all hungover. Like, she gets there and she's like, whoa. She gets off the plane and they go straight to Amber's. And Caitlin's like, whoa, you need a nap. And she's like, I need a mimosa. So Macy needed to re-up. So they get here. Everyone's kind of sitting there talking, and they're all over each other.
I could not believe that was Caitlin. I hate the hair color. I hate it.
Well, she needs a lighter hair color. This is the best she's looked in a while.
I like her with lighter hair.
She's figuring it out, I think. Anyway,
just like Tyler.
So then all of a sudden he just gets it. What does he say? Oh no, they go. Gary, Amber goes, you're not coming to dinner with us. And then Gary tells this joke in quotes where he's like, well, maybe I'll just I'll go to the restaurant and I'll sit at a nearby table and I'll go, this drink is for the pretty girl over there with the glasses. And they're like, oh, good one, Gary. And then he's like, well, actually, on that note, and then he kneels down and proposes to Amber on the edge of the couch while Macy and Caitlin sit on the other side of the couch. And at one point, one of them whispers to the other, is this actually happening?
It was so romantic, guys. I cried.
And that's pretty much how. Oh, whoops, sorry.
I cried.
What did you think, though? I mean, hilarious.
I just don't understand. Like, here's okay. If Amber is dating someone, I'd have to assume the person Amber's dating is messed up in the head in some way. And if they're proposing, they're all messed up in the head. I don't know. They're like, sorry.
Well, also the episode ends with Macy and Caitlin inviting themselves over to Gary's for him to throw a birthday barbecue for Amber. And so Amber arrives, like she waits for everyone to get there. And then her and Gary pull up like into Gary's like backyard. And she's like, hi, everyone. I'm here. And then they all get out and Gary's just on the grill. He knows what he's doing. He's like, I'm just going to stay over here.
Grilling,
flipping the meat. Don't need to talk to anyone. Gary 2.0 has some awkward conversation with Aaliyah, her daughter. Then Amber doesn't announce to everyone that they're engaged yet. They all agree this is not the best time. And then Macy and Caitlin go home. Time. And then they're just like, I guess Amber didn't know about the adoption thing, but better not to bring it up now. So she's still at this point in Teen Mom the Next Chapter, as it's airing, does not know about the adoption thing yet.
Well,
I mean, it's getting good. I mean, it's not. Teen Mom is really rough, but then every so often you get an episode like that, and it's gold, baby.
Yeah, it's just wild that like we continue to anyway put those people on television.
Shit. Yeah, I know. I agree. All right.
But
that's it for my Teen Mom.
TikTok, you don't stop.
Tight today.
Baby, getting it in, Henny. All right. Exciting things happening on TikTok. This sex. Now, when I saw this, I was dripping, honey.
It's two pictures of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds getting caught. Oh, oopsies, getting caught in a
no one who knew they were there. They are very much in love. Yeah, they are very strong.
Picture? I feel like if you and me had to kiss on stage, we would look like that second picture. Not this one, the other one.
First of all, there's no way in hell we'd be cast in roles where we'd be kissing.
Maybe, but this would be you would recoil. Like, okay, enough.
I would never be cast in a role where I'm kissing a woman, is all I'm saying. Like, with any truth behind it. Like, I would not be like the leading man, like, oh.
No.
One time I had like a lead in a show, I played an elephant. So there's that. Now, we're not judging, but you guys, Blake and Ryan, here's a thought. if you wouldn't set up these fake paparazzi photos, I wouldn't be questioning whether you guys are in a loving relationship. But now that I'm seeing this, it makes me think you're trying to do damage control.
Totally.
So anyway, speaking of, we love Jules LeBron. Been following her for a hot minute, way before she was all about her demure.
I think she looks like, who does she look like on Drag Race?
Oh, okay.
She looks like the girl on Drag Race who's also, God, I hope you know what I'm talking about. They did like this Brady Bunch reenactment.
Oh, Candy Muse. I know who you're talking about.
Candy Muse. She looks like Candy Muse, right?
I see what you're saying.
I think that's maybe who I thought she was. But as you all know, if you haven't been living under a rock, she started the very demure, very mindful, which is okay. Now she's she's super upset, as she should be, because somebody else went and trademarked that. Millions of lawyers got involved and were like, you can absolutely fight this. Like, you're totally fine, girl. But she put up this TikTok video, which I would be fucking hysterically crying too. Because like, she's like, I just feel like I fucked up. I should have done that. I didn't know that this would happen so fast. I didn't know that I should have done that. It looks like she's going to win. But a lot of the comments.
The shitty thing is that we live, that there's people out there
that would do
that are predatory. It's just, it's shitty. You know, I'll say, you know, one of this is inside realtor talk. I'm a realtor, guys. Besides a shit talker online and a dramatic bitch, I can be professional. Well, in like some of, you know, you have to do continuing training and stuff. And some people say some of the things that you should do to like get business, etc. And it's like some of the sickest poaching stuff, like watching to see like the obituaries to see who's passed and then call the phone number, call the address related to that. I'm like, are you? That's similar to
whatever happened with that shit that happened last week when you were like not paying attention to me when I was talking about being sober, and you were like distracted by your phone. What happened with that? Because that's what I was like. I'm gonna let that pass because that was fucked up. Whatever. Like what was happening on your end was really shitty. Did it turn out good or bad?
I just think sometimes people who aren't informed like to make assumptions and say things about people and think that they know what they're talking about.
Gotcha.
And they don't. And it all actually has worked out perfectly fine. Nothing actually bad happened. Okay, it's more like a thing where you're like,
it was stressful in the moment.
Maybe if you don't know what you're talking about, just shut up. But anyway, here I am yapping all day. So.
But anyway, although a lot of the comments though were like, that's not why you're like doing well now because of the saying. It's because it was you. So it's just the comments were very, very positive and just like you can still like keep going here. It's not just the saying. Like you can continue to do this. So
I just think it's gross. Why are we poaching someone's thing? And then they showed the guy who's doing it and he's just disgusting. And you're like, shocker. You look exactly like what I would expect a person who is so filled with hate that you can't even fucking like let this person shine. Why within 1 week you really okay, I get a viral video. Why is my first thought that I have to go lawyer up to make sure that no one steals my thing? Like that's sad.
Yeah, I think
you shouldn't even be able to do that.
I think she'll be totally fine. I think that I think there's a lot of people out there who will do work for her pro bono like easily. If she's like, can somebody help me? Someone will do it in a heartbeat. So yay. And then my last story was that this is the follow up on last week.
Last week, remember. Or 2 weeks
it was like a few weeks ago, but the bat dog for I don't know some baseball team.
Like when you say bat dog too, you mean like the one that like takes out the bats and
he like brings the bats.
It's like a bat boy, but like with the bat, dog.
Which is super cute. Also by the way, that Surreal Life list I put up Dave Portnoy and Miss Peaches, and Jody's like, I don't know what this is.
Well, I hate Dave Portnoy, so
anyway, but so follow up. So that dog retired. He got a big standing ovation, super cute, touching. So they have a new bat dog named, I think, Lily. Go ahead.
She had her premiere night.
She did. She ran out on the field, dropped the bat in the middle of the field, then ran around and took big shit. right behind me.
Literally diarrhea all over the place. Like clearly they were giving her too many treats or something before. Something happened. We got you too excited. But she'll do great.
She's got a great future ahead of her.
People were living for it. So live, laugh, love, Lily. We love you,
Get it, Lily. Congratulations on your new career. Now, we always wrap up our weekly roundups with some thirst traps from John's algorithm.
Oh, yeah, baby. I thought I'd give Amanda a little something that she might like. I also was feeling this. No? This guy? Is he too... He's not like... What?
I don't like this at all. I don't like anything about this.
What don't you like about this man?
I don't like that it says morning gym.
Oh yeah, I hate that. I hate that. Agreed.
Food, 1 scoop protein. Ew. I hate that's a.
What if you were covering that part?
Then I would love it. Yes, I'd be like, that's cute.
Like he's hot.
Once you see that.
But yeah, agreed. I agree, and that is what's really keeping me from really reaching my gym potential is because like I could never be like this. I could never care enough.
No, and his hashtags here already. I don't know what that means.
Triceps.
Hashtag chest, hashtag triceps, hashtag gym, hashtag good morning, hashtag best Sunday, hashtag Sunday.
Anyway, you know what? It's hard out in these streets. I did give it a like. I didn't throw it a follow. No,
okay, great.
I bookmarked it for this.
I hear ya.
All right, because I forget sometimes to take the photos as I'm going. Now this one.
I'm with you.
Jesse Metcalf. If we know Jesse Metcalf, he was like the gardener in Desperate Housewives.
Yeah, of course.
He was John Tucker Must Die.
Mm-hmm.
Well, baby, this man is aging like fine motherfucking wine because he went on a mechanical bull this week. And
Ooh.
the video was like him getting on this
we got some moose
bull.
knuckle in that first picture. He gives me what's the guy from Grey's Anatomy who I'm obsessed with, who plays Jackson?
Oh yeah.
They look alike to me with the
TV.
huge dick. Yeah, and he was in Take Me Out.
Yeah, they look.
I feel like his name is Jesse Mount. His name might as well.
His name is Jesse something, isn't it? Jesse.
It might be too.
It is. Anyway, this shit was hot. I was feeling it. I mean, not like in a way of like, oh yeah, let me look at. No, I mean like, ooh, eye candy, fun cutiness, right? Now I thought I'd throw this one in here for Aminata, because she just loves.
His name is Jesse Williams, but okay.
Okay, yeah.
God. That's like way too anatomical for me. Jesus.
He was just doing some stretches, guys. He was using kettlebells on his feet so he could do. It says, saw this
number
challenge,
19, the
had
spread
to
eagle.
try, did I pass? His name's Flexible Shorty, if you want to check him.
Have you ever seen that? Probably not, because this seems more like straight content, but I finally got this out of my algorithm. But it's like, it's always alive. And it's some trainer, like just all he's doing is there's a girl on the ground in tight pants and like a sports bra, and he's stretching her out.
Never have I seen that.
In all of the videos, she's got like crotch sweat, and this little spot of sweat is just growing and growing, and people are commenting on it. And then it's really pornographic, because then she's like, oh, they're making fun of my crotch sweat. And he's like, guys, don't make fun of the sweat. This is just natural. It's working out. I'm like,
see, I think honestly, if that was a gay version of that, they would have banned it. They wouldn't allow it to go that far on TikTok.
Okay.
No.
Well,
that is
I finally got out of my algo.
That might as well be porn.
Jeez. It is porn. Okay, well, anyway.
Anyway, this guy, fine. He's looking down. Last little bit, this little cutie, I don't know where he is, Benvis Dang, making some kind of lemonade. I guess this is like a trend.
How to make a cup of cup of hand-beaten lemon tea.
Oh, it's lemon tea. Yes, lemon tea. He's doing a lot of this, like muddling.
Twisting.
It's like really
muddles.
rapid.
Yeah.
It's like really rapid.
Yeah, you gotta.
And then he pours something in there. And yeah, I don't know where this is, but as you can see, I did like it.
You took 3 screenshots.
Bookmarked it for this. Well, I want it, if you see this is like, you really needed this one for real context. And then I thought, you know what?
That one really brings the whole story together.
Well, this one, I'm like, oh, the guy's actually cute then. This just kind of looks like, a feverish person working over. Anyway, it sounds like I'm objectifying people. God.
Yeah, sounds like it. All right, well, I think that's it, actually. A nice solid week there.
We really...
cutesy news stories.
Anyway, one thing, preview, guys, we're going to record our Patreon, and I'm going to bring back a slight moment because while I was out, I was trying to buy a Barbie for $5 and I had only a 20. I don't like to show up to my Barbie transactions.
Carry cash around?
Yeah, for Barbie transactions.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Okay, yeah, fine.
Also, real talk, if you go to a dispensary, you pay in cash. Here.
Okay, I didn't know that.
You can pay on a card, but they charge you like $3.50 or $5 almost. I'm paying that. Anyway, so I only had a $20 bill. I needed to break it. So I go into a gas station and I was like, what am I going to get? And I saw, I don't think I'm actually going to like these, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to get these and I'm going to try them on air for everyone to see. Not on here. But if you go join our Patreon, this is the kind of content you're gonna get. These are Funyuns ramen flavor, like hot and spicy chicken ramen flavor.
Seems so pointless.
Funyuns.
I'll just eat some ramen, and it's cheaper than the bag of Funyuns.
Well, I do think that this will have a lot of sodium.
Yeah,
but
I think so too.
I'm going to try these on air. So check out our Patreon, patreon.com/podinthecity. Or no, is that what it is?
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway, guys, we love you. Thanks for watching. We love you guys.
Thanks for joining. We got a whole bunch of new members again this week for Patreon. You guys seem to be liking it. So keep it coming. Tell all your friends. Leave some comments below. Rewatch crew, Walter, we're wrapping up. We love you guys so much. Have a wonderful
Bye-bye.